Welcome to Kalos' Gaming Table. I am Kalos. On this channel, I talk about tabletop RPGs, miniature war games, GM tips, and gaming news. I had a really busy weekend, so I didn't really get a chance to catch up on a lot of the stuff from Pax Unplugged. However, after watching some of the videos on YouTube, as well as reading some of the commentaries, 2024 is going to be a great year for Battletech. Not only is the Mercenaries Kickstarter going to be fulfilled, hopefully sooner rather than later, it is the 40th anniversary for the franchise, and Kalos Game Labs seems to have a lot of stuff on the docket for release. To start things off, they're going to be releasing limited edition covers for both the Beginner's Box and the Game of Armored Combat, and they're calling them the Star League covers. These look pretty badass in my opinion, and it's going to be great for collectors. The contents are going to be the same as the current Beginner's Box and a Game of Armored Combat, so you're still getting all the great mechs, all the rules, all the stuff come with them. You're just getting that new cover. I do think that's pretty cool, especially if you're a collector of that kind of stuff. They're going to be releasing 3 Force manuals as well in 2024. Davian in Q1, Kurita in Q2, and Mercenaries in Q3. If you're familiar with games like 40K, these are going to be like codexes for each of those houses, or in this case, the Mercenaries, with different house flavors, units, building tactics, as well as painting schemes. From what I heard, these are supposed to be going all the way up until the clan invasion, but they are going to be releasing PDFs that will take all of this information also up into the Clan era. So I think that's also very cool, because that's going to give new players some flavor to try and build their forces around, and if you're big on fluff and that kind of thing, that's pretty neat. I'm looking forward to those. Next, we're going to have the MechCommander's Handbook. It's going to be released in the third quarter. It's going to be a small-scale campaign book using the Chaos campaign rules, or building off of them. It's going to have information about tactics and force building. I think that's going to be a lot of fun, since I like the idea of campaigns and going beyond potentially just, a Chaos March one. That way you're doing, actual missions and scenarios and not just shoot the other player. For a lot of people, the big thing is going to be the Force Packs that are going to be coming out, and they're going to have a new Force Pack released every quarter, which I do think is neat. They're spreading a lot of this stuff out over the course of the year as opposed to slamming everyone up front. We'll discuss the one thing that I am not quite sure about towards the end of the video, but for the first quarter, we're releasing the Star League Command Lance, and that's going to include an Atlas II, an Orion, a Thunderhawk, and a Phoenix Hawk. And all of those are from the original Star League era, so those can be used in just about any era, and I think, looking at some of the pictures, they look pretty neat. I'm really looking forward to this pack, especially the redone Phoenix Hawk, and then also the Thunderhawk. The Atlas II, I'm kind of iffy on that, and I've already got an Orion, but we'll circle back to that. In the second quarter, we're looking at the second Star League, and that's going to come with Hans Davian's Daiichi, the Prometheus. It's also going to come with the Emperor, a 90-ton assault mech, the Argus, a 60-ton heavy mech, a Helios, a 60-ton heavy mech, and a coolant truck, which is a wheeled vehicle. This is all going to be stuff that is through the second Star League, namely, after the clan invasion up to the FedCom Civil War, Operation Bulldog, and all of that. Yes, we've already got a Daiichi, but it'll be good to see, like the Argus in plastic. I'm really looking forward to that as well. For Q3, we've got the third Star League Striker Star, and this is going to include the Lament, a 65-ton heavy mech, the Kintaro, a 55-ton medium mech, the Hammerhead, a 45-ton medium mech, the Havoc, a 35-ton light mech, and then the Jackalope, a 30-ton light mech. Now, with the exception of the Kintaro, all of these are going into the Clan era. Start, in the 3120s all the way to the 3149. So these are going to be all new mechs, primarily used in the Clan era. And I gotta say, I'm kind of excited for these because, Clan Invasion is my bread and butter. That's raw. I really like to play, but I actually want to start playing in later eras, especially to start exploring the new technology, the new factions and all of that. And I'm kind of digging that. And then we also have, coming out in the fourth quarter of 2024, the third Star League Battlestar. And this is going to be an interesting force pack. It's going to come with the Malice, a 100-ton assault mech, the Savage Wolf, a 75-ton Omni mech, the Mad Cat 4, I think, is its other designation, the Excalibur, a 70-ton heavy mech, a Savior repair vehicle, which is going to be a 60-ton tracked vehicle, the Wendigo, a 50-ton Omni mech, and a Peacekeeper security mech. 25-ton battle mech. This one's going to be interesting because I really like the Savage Wolf, and it's also got the most mechs in it, or the most units in it. Most of this is, well, about half of this is actually also up into the Ill Clan era, but I mean, the Excalibur's coming from, the Star League era, and then the Peacekeeper Security mech that's coming, like FedCom Civil War, so it's a good mix of newer mechs. But with the exception of the first Star League Lance, you're getting just about everything else is coming out post-clan invasion, and that's not something we've really seen a whole lot of. I'm kind of digging this. Again, Catalyst Game Labs is pushing the lore forward. They're trying to release more stuff in plastic, and they're not sticking with, the Grognard's era of Third Succession War, Fourth Succession War, and, clan invasion, and then, nothing after that. To be fair, at some point they are going to start running out of all the units to do from those eras, and they will have to go into later eras, but, we'll go from there. Now, the one thing that they did talk about, and this is the one thing that I'm kind of iffy on, is that in each one of these new force packs, it's going to come with a pre-pen Benny. Now, you can see the one that's coming in the first Star League is going to be the Royal Orion, and I think that's the one that Kerensky drove during the American Civil War. It doesn't look all that bad. I mean, it's a pre-painted mini. I would not have gone that route. I'm sure somebody from, a miniature company over there does pre-painted miniatures for other companies, managed to talk Catalyst Game Labs in. I didn't realize that there was a lot of demand for this kind of thing, but, I'm almost a pure hobbyist on this, and I prefer to paint all my stuff on my own, even if, I'm not as good as even, the pre-painted mechs. But we'll see. I mean, the picture doesn't, stop me from wanting to buy, but, it's gonna be a wait and see. It's gonna be interesting to see, the force packs with one pre-painted mini, and then, 3 or 4 or 5 other units that are all, in the standard gray. I'm sure that, there are going to be people that will hold off on that. I probably won't be one of those, but, we'll see. In another day at PAX, they also talked about a bunch of the new fiction that's coming out as well. I'm not so much into the fiction. I mean, I like the lore just fine. I just don't read a lot of it, although I'm going to try and get into, some of the lore, especially, getting caught up on the Ill Clan era. If anyone's interested, I'll take a look at it a bit more in depth and give my thoughts. If not, there's a lot of other videos out there. But this has been the big news that came out of PAX. The new cover art for A Game of Armor Combat in the Beginner's Box, the Force Manuals, the MechCommander's Handbook, and then the Force Packs that are coming out. They were also talking about releasing some faction-based Force Packs in addition to these. So we'll definitely see, what 2024 is going to bring. I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to having the Kickstarter deliver. I am very much looking forward to all of the stuff that's coming out. 2024 is going to be a fantastic year for Battletech. But those are my thoughts. What do you think about 2024, the year coming up? What do you think about the releases that Catalyst Game Labs is going to be giving us? Do you think they're good ideas? What do you think about the pre-painted mechs? Let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.